is me, Terrible. It's time to review all of the rosters of the teams that lost in the first round. Let's take a look. First one is the Clippers. They took an L. It's because they didn't have the guy that they were paying a lot of money. Kawhi Leonard, injured. Again. Always injured. You got Paul George there. He's got a player option. He's got a player option this summer. What's going to happen there? I mean, is he going to the Sixers? Is that legit? Could he go to the Sixers? They got the cap space. They got a solid squad. Could James Harden go back to the Sixers? But yeah, he needs a new deal. They got a whole new stadium coming in there. The Clippers, they're in trouble. But at the same time, they're okay because you just have to stick with what your plan was this whole time, and your plan was to ride it out with these guys. You just gotta extend Paul George, give him a 3-year deal, let it line up with Kawhi Leonard, put them on the same timeline. Same with Harden. 3-year deal, line them all up, run with it. They still got Powell. He's going to be under contract for 2 more years. PJ Tucker's a player option at $11 million. I think he'll take that. I don't know how he would get any more at age 40. But Zubac, got him for 1 more year. Terrence Mann, same thing. Mason Plumlee, maybe they'll re-sign him. We'll see. Westbrook, got him for 1 more year. Couple of rookies, younger guys down here, but the big things, and I mean these are really big things, but Paul George, Harden, you gotta just bring them back. They were fine. They're missing Kawhi. Do they want to come back? That's the question. We don't know, but they have the rest of the squad here. It's solid, it's decent, and they got a lot of guys, like I said, coming back here. A lot of guys coming back. I think they're okay. I think there are teams with a different big 3 that are in a way worse of a situation. But I really think they're building a new arena. You gotta bring back Paul George. You gotta bring back Harden. I know they're getting old, but they can still ball a little bit. First round exit to the Mavs. Definitely tough though. But Clippers, they might be alright. They might be okay. Same with LA. They're in a weird spot. Hey, extended to Davis. LeBron, he's going to decline his player option. And I don't know what he'll do. Honestly, he should probably take I don't even know, would he take a 4-year deal? Line him up with AD. A 4-year deal. He hasn't done that in so long. He's pretty much saying I don't even know what's going to happen these next 4 years, but I need to max out my money. He's been doing the 1-and-1s for a while, but I don't know. I think he's kind of got one more shot to cash out here. And I think he could definitely play a couple years into his 40s. But imagine him playing till 2028. That'd be nuts. But why not? Why not him and AD? Let them keep going. And then retool. I mean, you got Russ. You got Russell. 1 more year for him. They're going to have to extend him. He's probably going to need more money than $18 million. He's probably going to need more than that. Rui Hachimura, he's been solid, I guess. Got him for a couple more years. Reeves is on a deal. Vincent, he's coming back. Vanderbilt just signed a new deal. And that extension only starts next year, so that's interesting. Prince, he's up for a contract. And he got pretty good minutes for this team. They even trusted him with the last second shot against the Nuggets. But if they want to bring him back, he's probably going to command a little more than 4.5. I don't know. Hood Schifino, forgot he was even on the team. Christian Wood, player option. I don't know if he takes that. Hayes, Reddish, all player options. Max Christie, feels like just yesterday they drafted him. He's already at the end of it. Unless, I forget if they decline one of his team options. I don't even know, but he's got 1 year left. Spencer Dinwiddie signed for the minimum. is he going to want more? So, some question marks here. This is a weird roster because, I mean, I don't think LeBron's going anywhere. Why would he? Want to take 4 years? He could probably get like a 4-year. I don't even know what he could get. I mean, AD's guaranteed there. He's like 279. And that's with those 240s and 43. I don't even know. Like LeBron could get 200 plus easy for like 4 years. But they have some pieces where it's like, I mean, they could do anything with them. They could keep them because they're good pieces, or they put them together, try to get somebody else. The Lakers, I think they're going to end up bringing most of these guys back. I don't think they make any crazy trades. But we'll see. We'll see. The Heat, they're up next. Oh boy. Jimmy Butler missed the playoffs. I don't think they should overreact to this. Taking a look at the contracts. Hayward Highsmith is the only guy not signed through next year. And Orlando Robinson, his deal's not guaranteed. Other than that, all these guys, Kevin Love player option. I assume he takes that. It's kind of unplayable. Josh Richardson, I guess he was injured. I didn't see him play, but they got a lot of guys just back next year. I mean, you didn't have Rozier, you didn't have Butler. This is one of those situations where sometimes teams, they have all these like weird circumstances and then they just bail out of a situation. And it's like, I feel like it's too early for that, I don't think the Heat, I don't think they have to bail out. That Duncan contract, they should try to move him for anybody else. If they can move him and Hero for somebody good, then they got to get all over that. I mean, they tried to get Lillard, didn't work, but other than that, I really don't think the roster is that garbage. I think Butler still has a little bit left in him. Bam is still very good. Hero is good when he's not the top 3 option, but the Heat, I think they're fine. I don't think the Heat should do anything crazy this summer. Maybe the Clippers end up doing something a little wild. Maybe the Lakers do the same, but I don't think the Heat should do anything. Like I said, look at all this. They got all these guys under contract for next year. I think they're fine. I think they're fine. They had injuries, nothing you can do about that. On to the Bucks. Oh boy, the Bucks are fine. The Bucks, they're okay. Yeah, same thing. I mean, really, Giannis was hurt. You have a coaching problem. This is, Lillard may be a little disappointing, but run it back. Looking at the contracts, Giannis injured. Lillard got him next year. Middleton's back. He'll need an extension at some point, though. I mean, I know he hasn't been the best, but he's pretty good a couple of games of the playoffs, for sure. Lopez. That one's tough. I think they just have to ride it out, let him play that on $23 million next year, and then maybe sign him to something cheaper. I don't know. He's just, 36. That's just tough for him. He's been a solid player for so long. He's just getting older. It's tough. Bobby Portis, he was all right. He was solid. He's on a nice deal. They got him back. Connaughton, Beauchamp, looking good. Thanasis, he'll come back on the minimum. Beasley, Beverly, Crowder. Oh my God, traded 5 first-round picks for that guy, right? Was that the Bucks? I mean, that was weird. And then they got a bunch of rookies, non-guaranteed deals down here. Maybe one of them could be somebody they can plug in next year. I think the Bucks are all right. Obviously, they got to do a little more for the roster, for the depth, for the bench, but they're okay. I think they should run it back. Same thing next year. I think they're all right for now, and then, next year we might have to reevaluate. But I think they got at least one more year. They're like the Heat. They should just run it back. They're all right. They're good. Just run it back. This team should not run it back. The Pelicans have no business running it back. I'm sorry, McCollum's got to go. But who would take him? I mean, what would they do? Trade some picks and McCollum and some picks for some star? I don't even know. Zion, always injured. Didn't play in the playoffs. Can't play without him. Ingram, one more year in his deal. Apparently they don't want to extend him, so maybe he's going to be traded. I don't know. But I said this, before the playoffs. McCollum, Ingram, that's not a playoff basketball team. Those are not winners in the playoffs, that's for sure. They needed Zion. Valanciunas, his deal's up. He's 32, he's old, he's not even crazy good. I think they let him go. I mean, you got Murphy, but he's not really a center, but I just think they gotta go somewhere else with him. Unless they sign him to another deal where it's like, 15 a year. It's like 3 for 45? I don't know. Something not crazy. But Herb Jones, got him on a nice contract for a couple years. They got Lance back. Daniels, he continues to improve. He's still young. Jordan Hawkins, rookie year, not too bad. Trey Murphy, he's going to need an extension. He's got to be a part of their core for sure. I bet he's part of the reason that Ingram is not coming back. But, or I don't know. We'll see. But they got to make moves, though. They got to do some stuff. But they're all right. It's like I said, McCollum. Maybe you can't have them both. You can't have McCollum and Ingram and expect to do a lot. I mean, same thing with them, though. You have your best player's injured. Like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do in the playoffs? What are you going to do when your best player's injured? Nothing. You're not doing anything. So, they're all right, though. They're all right. This is funny. Talk about how trash the team is and then be like, oh, they're all right. They're cool. They're good. The Magic are in a weird spot. They need salary, but they don't have anybody that's really ready to take it on. Okay, so let's look. So Isaac, not even a guaranteed deal for Isaac. Fultz was one of the bigger ones. He needs a new deal, but he's not going to get paid that much. How much is he going to get? Why would they pay him? I don't even think he'll make $17 million a year again. Or he might. I don't know. Wendell Carter, they got him on a nice little deal. Fultz should probably try to sign something similar to that. Gary Harris, did they even bother bringing him back? Probably not. Unless it's a cheap deal. So Paulo's on his rookie. Engels, team option there. Wagner, team option. Jalen Suggs, he's going to need an extension. Is he part of their core or not? I think so. I think they extend him. And then eventually they'll get Paolo. And then Franz Wagner also needs an extension. So, you got all these guys, a bunch of guys under contract next year. They're going to need money put into some dudes on some short-term deals just to hit that salary floor. I think they could do it, though. They should be able to. It's not that hard. But, yeah, I mean, Franz, they got Franz and Suggs that need extensions, and they just completely choked in the playoffs. So, Paolo's got. I do think that's enough. I think it is enough for a core release. And then you got Anthony Black in development. You got Cole Anthony on a nice little deal there. He's a solid player. Okeke, he's gonna need a new deal. They got Howard, Houston, all the Michigan guys. Come on down. I got them on rookie deals. But yeah, it should be interesting to see what they do in the offseason to fill the salary gaps in there at 104 right now. But yeah, Isaac probably going to guarantee his deal. That should bring it up. Fultz might get a small deal. Maybe Gary Harris even gets like a small deal. And Okeke, I don't know. We'll see. But they are going to be trying to save money, because if you want Suggs and Franz after they just did that, that's tough. It's tough to have them choke. I mean, this is their first playoff. This is why you don't go for the young guys in their first playoff. Franz is 22. Suggs is 22. Paolo's 21, and he was fine. All right, not everybody's Paolo. So, we'll see. But they're in a nice spot. They got all their picks. A lot A lot of stuff to be happy about. Speaking of not having anything to be happy about, we will go over the Philadelphia 76ers. I mean, just looking at the contracts for next year. This is crazy. I don't remember seeing anything like this in terms of... I don't know, this is crazy to me. Like, Embiid is the only player under contract for next year. Paul Reed, non-guaranteed. Non-guaranteed. They didn't make... And his thing was like, if they made it to the second round, it'd be guaranteed. But they didn't make it to the second round, so it's not guaranteed. Maxey needs an extension. He's getting a max. Tobias Harris, oh my God, if they bring him back, people might actually riot. It would be for a smaller deal, but they gotta just let him go. People are gonna hate him forever. I mean, that contract literally destroyed the process, if we're being honest here. Buddy Hield, they'll probably bring him back just for some shooting. Batum, I see him signing like a... I think they bring him back. Covington, probably not. D'Anthony Melton, I think they try to bring him back. Paul Reed, they probably guarantee just this first year, maybe. Campaign, they probably bring him back on a minimum. Oubre is probably going to ask for a little bit more money than a minimum. It was not too bad. Mo Bamba, I don't know. KJ Martin, I don't know. We'll see. They got Terquavion Smith and Ricky Council. Should be on rookie deals. I think Turk's on a two-way. I don't know. But wild stuff. They have so many guys to sign in free agency. This is crazy. It'll either end up being like a really awesome, normal team, or it could look weird. It'd be weird if they just didn't bring like a bunch of these guys back. That'd be crazy. Because it's like, what are you going to do? Just poach a bunch of free agents? I mean, you got to bring some guys back. I'd have to bet at least Maxey, Hield, Oubre. Those are like Paul Reed, maybe Melton. I don't know. Those I'm not even sure, but I'm not even sure. It's just gonna be weird, man. Sixers, they had the process going, and it was great. It was great, and now they're in this situation. That's wild. That's crazy. It's gonna be studied by future GMs for years to come. Oh man, that's insane. Yeah, Sixers. But if they get Paul George, oh man, if Paul George saves them from all the horrible shit that they've done. Maxey, George, Embiid, Buddy Hield, Batum, Paul Reed, Campaign, Oubre. That's not bad. That's good. But they need it. They're desperate. They need somebody, a max player who's still got it, that wants to be there. Because his team's good or something, you know. Embiid and Maxey they're good. They just need a third or depth, really nice depth. They could do it. They got the cap space, so we'll see what happens. Oh, this is a fun one. The Suns, oh boy. The Suns, hey Suns fans, this is it. This is what you're stuck with. Get ready to run it back. Who knows if Grayson Allen comes back, Royce O'Neal. I mean, they're already at 190. They're already over the second apron. You know, Nurkic. That was an interesting choice to go all in on Nurkic. He's got 2 more years. They're stuck with Beal. Oh God, they're stuck with Beal. That's brutal. Booker, having Booker for this long, perfectly fine. KD got 2 more years of KD. The problem is the Beal contract. If they can unload that, oh my God, that would be insanity. Send him to the Sixers. But they don't have the contracts. Sign and trade. Man. But they got Nazir, Eric Gordon. We'll see if he accepts a player option, maybe. Probably. I don't know. Okogie, I don't know. Roddy, Damian Lee, Eubanks coming back. This is it. This is your roster. What are they going to do? Who would take Beal? Would anybody take Beal? Maybe the Wizards. Send some picks to the Wizards. Maybe they'll take him back. Oh, that's funny. That's rough. Yeah, Suns, run it back. Maybe move Nurkic for somebody else. I don't know. But it would get a little risky. Kings. There it is. Yeah. We got everybody. We got the, what is it, 16 teams in the playoffs? Did we go over 8 teams? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, there it is. There it is. Finished with an absolute banger. The Suns, man. That Beal contract. Oh, that's disgusting. But it was either him or Chris Paul. They should have moved Chris Paul for anybody else at this point, really. $50 million to Bradley Beal next year. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. Maybe I'll do one for the play-in. Talk about some play-in teams with a non. Maybe we'll review all the rosters in the offseason. Who even knows? But we could do lots of stuff. I just wanna pump out videos. It's always a good time. Always a good time.